like the girls and saw, I mean, I'm out doing stuff. She the one, like if I'm there, she'll come up and hug and stay around. She always comes up, hugs me, kiss on the cheek like I kiss all of them on the cheek. Like, you all right? You good? I helped them pay for her to get an abortion. It's just too nice. It is what it is. And I lose my job.
Hello, and I'm coming to you with another video during this snow that we're having. Everybody has in common, and wanted to provide a little entertainment since we all have a little time. And it's gonna begin with this guy, Mr. Let Me Taste You, a coach. 43-year-old James Edward Ford III, a coach at West Point High School, alleged inappropriate relationship with an underage student. And here's the video.
A Valentine's Day text message. That's how it started. What followed would destroy a coach's career, shatter a community's trust, and expose how predators hide in plain sight behind the uniform of mentorship. This is the story of James Edward Ford III. Before we uncover what really happened at Westport High School, I need you to do something. If cases like this matter to you, if you believe these stories need to be told, hit that subscribe button right now. Tell us in the comment where you're watching from. Your support keeps this channel investigating the cases that demand answers. Now, let's get into this. January 2024. Ocala, Florida. A 43-year-old assistant football coach initiated inappropriate contact with a student under his supervision.
And also, before we go ahead with the video, I also like to give credit to Unsolved Crimes channel on YouTube for providing us with this video and information on pertaining to this coach and the story. Thanks.
To anyone watching from the outside, James Ford seemed like exactly what a high school coach should be. Dedicated, present, someone students could trust. But what began as text messages would spiral into something far darker, hidden behind closed doors and parking lot encounters, until a school resource officer received information that would unravel everything. Westport High School sits in Ocala, where Ford had built his reputation as an assistant football.
This is what happened when you watch too many red pill channels and you start to believe the hype and you start thinking that you could take advantage of young girls that have no mental or emotional full development to handle a overage grown man who only thing that he wants to do is to control and manipulate. And also him being married, of course, doesn't help. So now you want to help damage a young girl's reputation because you want her to be your side chick.
Coach. By day, he worked for the city. By evening, he coached students, positioning himself as a mentor figure in their lives. For years, no one questioned his closeness to the athletes. Coaches are supposed to be approachable, after all. They're supposed to care. But there's a line between mentorship and manipulation, and Ford had crossed it long before anyone realized. In January 2024, Ford sent inappropriate messages to a student under his supervision. It sounds innocent enough to say a coach was messaging a student. But context changes everything. This wasn't a peer. This was someone under his authority, someone who looked up to him as a coach. The two began communicating regularly.
He is so weird for this because he's talking to her like she's his wife or girlfriend with these messages saying, you gonna let me taste you before you go, and I'll be out all day. I can taste you though. And okay, I'm here now. This is so weird because you talking to this girl like this old enough to be your daughter. And because you have a weird fetish for underage girls and an addiction, you take advantage of somebody's daughter.
through text messages and phone calls. Conversations that seemed normal for a coach checking in on a student. Until it wasn't. For months, their communication remained digital. The student likely believed she could trust him. He was a coach, after all, someone whose job was to guide and protect young athletes. But by August 2024, everything escalated. Ford and the student began meeting outside of school. First with other people present, at restaurants and public spaces. Then, gradually, the meetings became private. These encounters occurred in various locations, including once in a school locker room. Think about that for a moment. A school locker room, where students are supposed to feel safe, where adults are supposed to maintain professional boundaries. Ford violated that space. He violated that trust. And it didn't stop there. In September 2024, Ford sent inappropriate messages referencing plans to meet at public locations. This wasn't about mentorship anymore. This wasn't about being a support.
And he did this all because of his own selfish needs. Being selfish and being used to getting away with what he's probably been doing. He just happened to get caught. We don't know how many young victims he has stashed away that we don't know about, because you'll see in his interview how just manipulating he is with words. He's not smart, however, if you can stay on top of it.
Supportive coach. According to police reports, Ford engaged in illegal sexual conduct with the minor. The victim was a student under his supervision. Let that sink in. A child who should have been focused on school, friends, and her future. Instead, she was entangled with a 43-year-old man who held power over her as a coach, someone she was conditioned to respect and obey. The truth began to surface when a school resource officer was notified of a possible inappropriate relationship between Ford and the student. And when investigators began digging, the full scope of Ford's actions emerged. Detective Blanton interviewed the victim, who disclosed the timeline of her relationship with Ford.
What he doesn't understand is when you're dating young girls, all of us that used to be young girls, when we have a crush on somebody or smitten with somebody, which I don't see how she was, but when you're smitten or crushing on somebody, you will talk about it. And eventually it will gets around to somebody that will tell it. So obviously he didn't think further into this because, like I said earlier, he was thinking about his needs and not thinking about the fact that you're gonna get caught. And then what?
The text messages that began in January. The in-person meetings that started in August. All of it documented in the police report. When Ford learned someone had made a complaint about his actions, he instructed the victim to delete all of their text messages. It's the classic move of someone who knows they've done something wrong. Destroy the evidence. Cover your tracks. Hope no one finds out. But it was too late. On January 17, 2025, James Edward Ford III was arrested at his Marion Oaks residence. Officers transported him to the police department for an interview before booking him into Marion County Jail. Let's take a look at the interrogation.
All right, so why do you think you're here today?
My relationship with some of the girls.
Okay, what does that look like?
From the outside, you would think it's weird something going on, but I've been a coach for 5 years, and it's like they can confide in me as well as the boys.
Okay.
Like, excuse me, like it looks weird, but like they come to me with problems and just confide, and because I'm easy to talk to, and
Sure.
the boys do it too, and I'm there for them basically.
How long have you been coaching?
I'm like, what made you as a married man one day decide that because they confide in you and they trust you and they look to you for mentorship, that you were going to take advantage of them?
Out there.
This will be my 5th year.
5th year? Okay, so you've been out there for a long time. Seen a lot of kids coming and going.
Yes.
Okay. And do you do that full time or do you do something else?
No, I work for the city work out. I drive garbage trucks.
Okay. How long have you been doing that?
5 years.
Okay. Okay, so I know you said you believe you were here because of some inappropriate, possibly people think is inappropriate with the girls. Is there any girls in particular?
Yes. Well, am I allowed to say the names? 'Cause I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Okay.
and
Okay. And then are these girls, do they How do you, I mean, because I know you said football. Do you guys have like a football, like a girls, like a flag
So we
football?
have a girls flag football team. One of the girls plays flag. She also plays tackle football.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. So it's like, it's just, I've been a father for like, I lost her father.
Okay.
And even her grandmother, I'm really close to her grandmother-in-law. She comes to me all the time to appreciate what me and some other coaches have done for her, been there, stuff, been there role. And like our previous head coach did ask, do she have to worry about that? And the other coach like, nah, it's like she lost her dad. He's like a real father figure to her. And it's just like outside looking in, you would think, because it's weird, because that's not my child. I have a son that goes.
Oh, okay.
And even the kids, some of the kids say that's Coach Ford's other bonus daughter. So it's like that.
And that's referring to. Okay. And how about?
She's a football player. She comes to me with her problems, and she just made a flyer for me for flag football. So like she calls me Unc, and Unc, well as well as stuff, call me Unc. They'll call me Unc.
Okay.
And like when they have problems, they'll come to me. I try to.
So she calling you Unc, but you want to have intimate relations with her. How does that work? So maybe your family should be talking to your nieces and cousins that are girls, since they might call you Unc. Because you took advantage of this young lady and you just related to the fact that she calls you Unc.
Still on the right path. I talk to them and give it to them like they're all my kids.
Right.
So
Yeah, because it's tough out here.
yeah, and I don't want to sugarcoat nothing to be soft on them because I don't want to see them get taken advantage of. And
Right.
so we do kind of talk. And so if some kids do hear us talking, it's kind of how I would talk to my own kids.
Okay. And then how about?
Same with Unc and same as that.
Same. Okay. Just kind of that father figure.
Well, no, her dad's in our life. It's just I'm just
Okay.
like who she could come confide in.
Okay.
Like if they have problems.
And then have these girls been at the school and then since you've been there, or did they come later on? What did that look like? Like, have you had interaction with them for 4 years, or?
I met them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just at the actual school
Yeah, like
itself.
yeah. And the boys are the same. Like I have one player. He says I'm more than dad him than his own dad.
Okay.
And so it's just like I'm mentoring basically. Well, I thought I was doing right, but
Yeah. And I know like when you have teams and stuff, you have to keep in contact with your players and things like that. Do you communicate with these girls at all on, like a cell phone, or is it on an app, or?
Nah, they'll text me, Coach Ford, I need or like their problems, or
Okay.
can I talk to them about this? Can I help them out with this or this and that, or stuff like that.
Okay. You have the team's contact numbers, they have yours,
Yes.
and it's just general conversation back and forth. Okay. At any point in time, has there ever been, and it's like, we know these, girls these days, is there any time when any of this conversation maybe went a little differently than it should, or something that might not be
No, man, but if you was look at it and don't know the ends of it, you would think that. So they'll come hug me and be up under me and stuff like that. So it looks weird because the trainer says something, but it's not like that.
Okay. And then how about on the text, anything on that end that you've had to maybe shut down, or
No,
nothing's popped up on their end or on your end?
So you had the opportunity to not pursue intimate relations with this young lady, but you did it anyway. And so she's giving you a chance to come forth, and so far you're lying.
Okay. All right. So when would you say you started communicating with any of these girls over text, just about sports or whatever?
Okay, with the football team, we have everyone's number. So we have group text, and I have a text, hey, I need you to do this,
Okay.
ask what numbers they want, stuff like that.
Right.
And basically that's how it was. And then with the flag, with the girls, I coach flag football, the girls.
Okay.
It's basically the girls basketball team, which most of them have my number also.
Okay.
And like they'll text me, Coach, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're
They'll
fine.
text me like, Coach, for when this flag starts, so I text them the schedule, practice starts this date or whatever like that.
Okay. And I know you said you felt like people at school maybe felt a different way. When did you get knowledge that something was maybe being said?
Well, last year Coach asked, did he have to worry about, and I was going to say, no, it's fine.
Okay.
And the trainer, she was kind of skeptical.
Now, what about this week? What happened this week?
I don't know.
So they was already watching you, because you was moving shiesty, moving real dirty around there, and or they were already hearing things, and they came to you and confronted you, and you lied again. And they probably knew you were lying, but they wanted to keep observing you, and to the point to where they can just go ahead and report you and get you out of there.
I'm there. They come. They hug me like normal, and that's it.
When did you find out something was going on this week with the school?
I got a call Monday night, Tuesday.
Tuesday? Okay. Was that from
The new head coach.
the head coach? Okay. And how did that conversation
He
go?
just said, "Hey, they're doing an investigation with you. It's on the girls." I'm like, "What you mean? Like I've been like this with?" And just said they're doing an investigation. Like something was said, somebody went back and said they're not comfortable around me from something being said, but how we talk to them is like we talking to our own kids. So I don't know if another student probably heard it, thought it was inappropriate, and it wasn't comfortable, or one of the boys maybe liked the girls and saw it. I mean, I don't know.
Not sure. So I want to talk a little bit about, okay, so dealing with her. Is there any reason why she might think that you're something more than a coach to her?
An uncle maybe.
Just an uncle? Okay. And when you say uncle, what does that look like for her? Like, how do you feel like an uncle? How would she feel like you're an uncle?
Like she'll hug me, come from the side, hug me, and like if she have problems with boys or whatever, because they've called me 20 times about trouble with boys. I don't want to see them get taken advantage.
No, you wanted to show yourself in front of the boys, probably, and make it seem like you could pull this little girl over these boys that's around her age. And you got caught and made a fool of now. Now you look stupid.
Or just out doing stuff. It is what it is, and you know, just getting taken advantage of, basically.
Okay. Has there ever been anything on your end that would lead you to believe that you're acting as something other than a family member or a mentor, as you describe yourself?
Like for Christmas, I bought them all Christmas.
Okay.
Asked them what they wanted, cause I bought them what I didn't get them everything on the list what they wanted, but I told them that
Sure.
to be the person like her parents didn't want to go to her to a camp in Orlando.
He trying so hard to make himself come off like he's the person that's like an uncle to them, somebody they can trust, a mentor that's like family to them, and you're nothing more than a predator. A predator. Oh, take it back.
And that's it.
When did you find out something was going on this week with the
I
school?
got a call Tuesday. That's what they wanted, but I told her,
Sure.
to be the person like her parents didn't want to go to her to a camp in Orlando.
Who's that? Okay.
I went with her to the football camp, talked to the coaches for them, in place of, like stuff like that.
Okay. And have you ever sent?
No, I could see him telling them that he was going to go for them in their place just so he could be in their daughter's company and take full advantage of her without having them around, her parents around. Because like he said, her mom and her dad is in her life. And if her dad was there to catch a whiff of what was happening between them, he wouldn't be worrying about wearing cuffs. He would be probably wearing something else in a bag. But yeah.
Any of them money? I know you said you bought gifts and things.
Yes. I mean, they're called.
How about money wise?
Yes, they can borrow like half $10 for food, or $20 for this, or $50 for this, or for food basically.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, I got y'all feed, because that's what we do. I feed. I don't have no problem with feeding. I don't want you hungry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And how would that look? Like, did you give them cash or was it
Cash
through
app.
like Cash App?
Yeah,
Okay.
I really have cash on me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
Yeah, it's.
I don't even know the last time I even had cash on me. Okay. So like I said, I wanted to talk a little bit about, okay, because there's just some concerns that people have, okay?
I can see why.
Okay, and that's what I was just kind of trying to get from you. Why so much with more than anyone else? Why so
like-
concerned?
I mean, honestly, if you're truly innocent, you wouldn't go by saying when she asks that. You can see why, because if you're truly innocent, my answer would be I don't see why, because I'm not into young adults. I'm not into teenagers like that. I have, kids around her age, and I would never do that. So for you to say I can see that, it's like you're just trying to imply, oh, all the young girls like you, or you like some type of trophy to them around there, or like they're a crush. But you avoiding saying that because of how it might look. But at the same time, if you're truly innocent, you don't want to be none of that.
She the one, like if I'm there, she'll come up and hug and stay around. I don't see her, so I go to the weight room.
Okay.
But yeah, she always comes up, hugs me, asks how I'm doing, we talk whatever, and same once if they're working out or whatever, she's gonna stop what she's doing, come hug me and ask how I'm doing.
Has there ever been anything that someone would consider inappropriate that's happened
Maybe how we
between
hug and how
you
we,
and her?
maybe how like we hug, like she'll hug and I guess like from
Any type of kissing or anything like that that someone might see? Okay.
I guess how we talk to them, I guess someone heard it.
Okay. That's why we're here. And like I said, Mr. Ford, I appreciate you speaking with me.
Oh yes.
Right? And when I talk with people, I always, I want to be honest because I'm always looking for honesty, right? And I know right now you're not quite being 100% honest with
Like,
me.
I mean,
Talk to me. We're here for a reason.
I know. It
We're
looks
both adults.
Like we never, I mean, I've never done nothing with her.
Okay.
He can see that if you are there and she's telling you to talk to her, that means they already know everything that they need to know. And they need you to fill in the blanks.
Now, when you say nothing, what does that mean?
No sexual stuff whatsoever.
Okay.
Hug and kiss on the cheek like I kiss all of them on the cheek. Like, hug, you all right? You good? Mm-hmm. That's that.
Okay. So you don't think there's going to be anything or evidence of anything any different?
As far as, I mean, we probably, me probably text a little more. She'll ask how I'm doing, like how she doing, act like I act all of them. Yeah, you good? I check on them.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Do you ever let anyone else use your cell phone?
Oh yeah, I let kids on my phone all the time.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, and that's what I want to talk a little bit about.
Yes,
Okay.
kids on my phone all the time.
Yes. Is your phone password protected?
It is, but once I get there, I open it and because Coach Ford, I use your phone. I use my phone.
So, like when you're in school, you say you unlock your phone and you'll hand it to the kids to use. Okay. Is there any reason why maybe they might pretend to be you?
It's a few boys like it. Mm-hmm. And like they mentioned, like, hey, she always run Coach Ford. Why do all the girls always run Coach Ford?
Yeah. Do any of these kids ever take your phone home at nighttime?
No.
Okay. So that would be like a school hour.
I remember when we was in high school, we had somebody like that the boys used to say that, like, he'd have all the girls around him because he flirting with them, and the boys knew that. I don't know if specifically if that's what they said. They probably peeped what he was putting out and probably approached him about it or made a comment about what he was doing and what they could see what he was doing. And it's just like I said earlier in the video, he was going to make it look like them boys was a little jealous of him. And them boys ain't jealous of you. I'm pretty sure they got more stamina than you do. So you're not hard to keep up with. You have to keep up with them.
Typical day text. Okay. So there's text messages at night between you and Kennedy.
Yes, ma'am. I'll take every text. Like I'll text all the girls.
Okay. We have to talk about that.
Okay, that's fine.
That's why we're here.
Okay.
I'm not trying to trip you up. None of that. Okay. And I think you know where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to know how did we get there?
Oh, he knows.
That I don't know.
Because she's a child.
I'm being too friendly with them.
Yeah.
I'm being too friendly. Like, I don't want to say it like I help with grandmother consent. I help them pay for her to get an abortion. Like stuff I shouldn't be doing. Like I'm just too nice. And
Yeah, that's crazy.
that's what I'm saying.
You put yourself in predicaments, and that's kind of where you've gotten yourself into a predicament.
Yes, and I've never been in no trouble whatsoever with my friends with them, sir.
Because I have all of the text messages between you and starting from February of last year.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So you've been texting her for a while. I'm glad I'm not the interviewer because I would have been like, "Do you text your wife like this?"
You and I both know it's in those
Oh
texts.
yeah, like I send her songs and verses and
Okay.
yeah.
And what else?
Just like, I've never seen no pictures. Well, I mean, no,
Well, you have.
like my birthday stuff and like I said, all the kids, stuff like that, but nothing explicit.
Okay.
Excuse me, yeah.
Take your time. If you need to take a drink, you can.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What about the sexually explicit conversations between
Oh,
you?
the song verses, they all shouldn't have, yeah.
They're not all song
What's up,
verses.
Liz?
Listen, I know some songs. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And they're not all song verses, are they?
Not all of them.
Okay. So talking about, wanting to taste her and.
Well, that was a song verse of Trick Daddy. So,
Okay.
and she replied with the no, but I can, yeah, I just started laughing. But yes, I shouldn't have said some of the stuff I'm saying, like, even at the school, I shouldn't be saying some of the stuff I'm saying.
From Trick Daddy. So you still acting like a thug, huh? You should have been sending those messages to your wife, sir.
I'm just so comfortable around her.
Yeah.
And just,
And what about, because I think you've developed some feelings for her, is what it looks like
it's like I said, from outside
in the
in.
text,
From outside
right?
in. From looking at outside.
Obey, you're going to take care of her, she's your baby girl.
Oh, yeah, I call all of my baby girls. Like, I'm a baby girl. That was a baby girl. It's just something I say.
Okay. I wanted to talk to you about an incident that occurred at the outside of the Waffle House. You know what I'm talking about? What can you tell me about that?
She told me where she was. I went out and made sure she was okay.
Okay.
It was her birthday. And then she was just talking about all the problems. And I said, you good? Okay. And whenever we talked a little bit. And she left. Then I went out, she got home. I said, are you good? You okay? If you want to finish this tomorrow? She said, no.
Okay. So during that text message, can you take yourself back to that text message to where you eventually y'all met up? You ended up driving to the Waffle House after telling her to go to the Waffle House. Was
No,
that
she
right?
told, well, I think, yeah.
Okay, because I think you were at the Wawa, and then she was somewhere else. Y'all probably like just left school or something like that again. Maybe?
No, it was a birthday dinner.
A birthday dinner. Okay. So where was she at the Waffle House? Like
She was parked.
once y'all met.
Oh, she was parked by the sign.
Okay. Did she stay in her car or
No,
something?
we got out and
different?
talked.
Okay. Did she get into your truck?
Well, no, she opened the door and there, like, opened the door
Okay.
and sat in like this, got out, came around, talked, gave her a hug, and
Okay. Mr. Ford. I'm asking you to be honest.
I'm being honest. I mean, we didn't do anything.
Did she offer to do something to you?
She and not until that saying it, but she didn't just come out and say whatever, but you can tell like you know how to read between the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this, it says that I was aware she had written a statement about something that happened, and it's got her name redacted. Became visibly, it probably says visibly shaken and cry and began to cry. I assured her that she wasn't in any trouble. Redacting name stated that the football coach, who she confirmed asked her to be his Valentine, and then began to over text and on the phone the victim after her older brother transferred the Vanguard in January of last year, 2024. The victim advised her and the victim advised, somebody advised her they got it cut out to see each other outside of the school around the beginning of this school year, 2024 August. She stated he began hanging out with her and her cousin, blank, who she stated was also James' goddaughter. What? She actually just her and James would meet up for food at the places like Chipotle, Chili's, and Beef for Brady's. When when nothing else happened, when just her and James would meet, she stated he would kiss her on the lips, she stated, and kissed her at school one day inside the locker room. Oh my God.
Yeah. So at that time in that incident, okay, did she perform oral sex on you?
She tried. She almost did.
She almost did? What does that look like? Walk me through
She,
that.
she said, okay, let me start it and no.
Okay. So would know, like, did the act begin and then it was
It starts again, but then I had, yeah, because I'm like a little child.
stop?
Yes.
And is that, would you say that's the only sexual conduct that
Yes.
you had with her?
Yes.
I don't like this. I don't like it at all because I am so sick. This is what the part that gets me fired up. When men want to call a woman a whore, and then y'all be the ones that slut them out, and not even slut them out, take advantage of them when they're young, and then when you're done with her, as she gets older and don't want to deal with you no more, he would have probably called her the HOE word or somebody that sleeps around because you manipulated her and did all these things to her when she was 15 and underage, and then don't think it's your fault that the reason why the things happened to her the way they did was because of you manipulating and playing with her mind. You literally asked this girl to be your Valentine.
Okay. And then I know we had talked a little bit before about was there some kissing and stuff. Maybe one time like in the locker room.
No.
Something happened with.
Locker room. We're never alone with those girls in the locker room.
Okay.
There's always a coach there with. There's always somebody like that. I know where this is going. Am I going to get booked for?
You are in place under arrest.
He can't even think of any more lies. He done ran out of air to think. Like he know he in the hole, he in the corner, and can't get out.
And this is going to be as a for
It's going to be a sex offense with them involving
the minor, so I have to register and all that now.
But it's going to depend on where it all goes.
Now,
But potentially, yes, sir. Yeah, I'm
and
not going to lie to you.
yeah, that's fine. When I lose my job, like I'm going to be booked.
He said that was fine. That he if he got to register, like that's just nothing. So just admit to everything you did, cause it's just going over your head. You can't take the embarrassment anymore. Carry that L.
Oh, we can, right?
So you'll go in, you'll have a no bond because it's a no bond initially. But when you see the judge in the morning at first appearance, the judge will give you a bond at that time. If you have,
Well, no, my mother. Well, yeah, she will. Now, will y'all release all this information to her, or is something I would tell her?
I think you should tell her.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell your mom. You're an adult.
Yeah.
So you're got it.
I wonder how he's gonna explain this to his wife. He thinking they gonna tell him. And another thing is that sometimes men like this, they will rather somebody tell their wife for them because they are so much of a coward that they can't face her.
Your business is your business,
Yes.
right? It's not for me to tell. It's not like you're a child and I'm gonna report.
No,
to
these
mom.
girls get in any kind of trouble, any kind of way.
What do you think they should get in trouble for? Talk to me about that.
Basically, being inappropriate with me
Okay.
and being too close. But I mean,
No, you're a dad, right?
that's the bad thing.
You're a dad.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. You said you have a son, and he's same age,
17.
17. So let's role reverse.
I would,
Okay.
yes.
And I just want you to kind of see it from a different point of view. Would you want your son? Do you think that your son should be held accountable for behaviors when there's an adult that clearly had a lapse of judgment as an adult, and in my eyes, took advantage of a child,
I see what you're saying.
right? So would it be fair for them to get into trouble?
And how will she get in trouble? You manipulated her. You approached her. You texted her. You had every opportunity to stop, and you didn't. You kept pursuing her up until the point you asked her to be your Valentine, making her think this it was turning into something serious. So you had every opportunity as a grown ass man. And you trying to put up a front like, are they going to get in trouble for what? For your grown mistakes? For your grown man mistake? For every choice that you made? Which shows that every time something happens to you, you blame others and not yourself. And that's why you are where you're at.
I mean, no, not really.
Or should have Mr. Ford said, I can't, this isn't right.
This isn't right.
I shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
Right? You're a mentor. You told me you're a mentor for kids.
Yep.
That's why I'm just wondering what happened. I mean, nice young man, you got a good job.
And that's what I'm afraid of. Losing
There's a lot of
everything.
women out here.
Yep, that's what I'm afraid of, losing everything.
Yeah.
Which is could possibly be what might happen. My
Potentially,
job.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know. It's not a good situation to be in.
Yeah, it's not with kids.
No.
And I've been coaching in this for years.
Yeah. So I know we have your, I'm gonna end up writing a search warrant on your cell phone. Okay, am I gonna find anything else with
No.
any other juveniles, minors,
No.
nothing else like that is gonna be anywhere?
I can go ahead and search now.
Okay. All right. So you want to give consent to search your phone?
My consent is intelligent too, but if not, you have a.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to sign a consent form, we'll get you sign the consent form and we can do that. If not, we just write a search warrant on it and go from there.
And that'll take how long?
It depends. It depends on how much data is on your phone. Right now, it'll be seized as evidence anyway.
So,
So,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No,
So, quick, so if I get found out tomorrow, I'm not able to take my phone.
no, sir.
Now, how would.
Boy,
Someone
you
students
cooked.
could trust.
You
If one
cooked.
thinks it's tomorrow, she said no.
Okay. So, during that text message, stop.
Yes.
Doggone butt in
Took
your
took advantage of a child?
I see what you're saying.
trying to get it where it needs to go. This point.
Yeah, I
You
can't
can't think of nothing else. You out of gas, buddy.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and we'll do this. I'll just write a search warrant on it. That way it's easier. It's, we'll get it knocked out that way. Because it will be held pending the case because it's evidentiary, so we can't get rid of it. Because like I said, those text messages obviously were coming from your cell phone.
Yeah.
From you to her. So that's just part of the case and that's kind of where we're at right now. Okay? Okay, you need anything right now? Oh, you're good. Okay.
No question. I mean, we call my mother or do I get a call? Or...
Yeah, you can call your mom. And if you want, I'll bring my phone in, put it on speakerphone. You can call mom here. It's up to you. Or you can call her at the jail.
I mean, am I calling at both places?
Yeah, I'll let you call. Think about it.
Oh, yeah, well, I want to call her. I want to talk and
Sure.
over the phone. Tell her.
Understandably.
I just want to call her.
I don't want to talk.
He's so immature for his age. No wonder he can't handle a woman. Like, he trying to think of so many avenues. It's over, buddy. You're done. You're done.
My mom too, so.
Yes. I would love to call her.
Okay, all right, I'll be right back. I'm honest with you, and I want you to be honest with me. Where we're at, and unfortunately, this is
Where is that?
where it's at. Yeah. So hopefully,
Now, I have a question. Like, I want to get booked. Now, I'm registered. I'm having to register as a.
So that would be after, like, if there's any type of conviction or something like
I want
that,
court date.
could it potentially, well, that was charges, yes.
Y'all was almost I'm praying.
Yeah,
First offense, and this is what it is. I would rather be having a dope charge.
yeah. From kids, no. Yeah. It's not a fun thing, I'll tell you that. All right, Mr. Ford, let me get that paperwork done,
Thank you
and get you out of here,
Thank you so
okay?
much.
Ford faces charges of unlawful sexual activity with certain minors, offenses against students by an authority figure, traveling to meet a minor to engage in unlawful sexual activity, and using a two-way communication device to facilitate a felony. At his first appearance hearing, held Saturday in front of Circuit Judge Barbara Kisner-Kwiatkowski at Marion County Jail, Ford requested a lawyer from the Public Defender's Office. The judge set bail at $35,000. The judge told Ford that if he posts bond, he cannot have any contact with any witnesses in his case or any juveniles, except for his son. His arraignment is set for February 18, 2025. Marion County Public Schools confirmed that as of January 16, 2025, Ford is no longer employed by the school nor the district. He is also not allowed on campus for any reason. Ocala police released a statement saying, "This sort of behavior is unacceptable, especially for a person in an authority position over children." They're asking anyone else who may have experienced similar behavior to contact law enforcement. This case reveals something deeply disturbing about how predators operate in positions of trust. Ford didn't look like a monster. He looked like a coach. He wore the uniform, showed up to practice, and built relationships with students and families. That's exactly what made him dangerous. He used his position to access, groom, and ultimately victimize a child. The warning signs were there. The inappropriate closeness, the private meetings, the text messages. But in the moment, it's easy to rationalize. He's just being a good mentor. He cares about his students. Until caring becomes criminal. What happened at Westport High School isn't an isolated incident. It's a pattern repeated in schools across the country. Authority figures who exploit the trust placed in them. Students who don't realize they're being manipulated until it's too late. This story isn't over. Ford's case is still pending, but the impact on his victim, on her family, and on the Westport community will last far longer than any court proceedings. What are your thoughts on this case? How can schools better protect students from predators hiding behind positions of authority? Drop your comments below, and if you found value in this investigation, please hit that like button and subscribe. These stories matter. Your support helps us continue covering cases that demand attention and accountability. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Alrighty, so that was that on that, and I looked it up, and it said the case is in the pre-trial phase as of February 28th of 2025. He's not been convicted of the charges and was awaiting trial. He was released from jail on his $35,000 bond with conditions to avoid contact with the juveniles except his son, of course, like he said. And it doesn't give any further updates on him. I thought maybe by now they would have sentenced him. But sometimes it can run almost a year by the time everything goes into motion. Because he was arrested January of 2025, so yeah, he's still awaiting, but he was hit with multiple felonies, a lot. Following an investigation, he was charged with several felonies, including unlawful sexual activity with a minor, offenses against a student by an authority figure, traveling to meet a minor for unlawful sexual activity, and using communication device to facilitate a felony. The charges stem from the student's report of a relationship that began with the text communication in early 2024 and escalated to physical contact and a sexual encounter in his vehicle by September 2024. So they was having this affair all the way up until he got caught in February. And he had, like I say, every opportunity to change his mind, every opportunity to think about his wife and his son, his job. That people, when they get into the situations, they don't think about their life until life happens. And so that's your fault. That's nobody's fault but your own. Nobody's gonna have any empathy or sympathy for you, because free will is free and you had a choice and nobody held you back from that choice. You decided to pursue a relationship with an underage student, and for that you will have to do some time. as well as you lost your job. We don't know what's happening with your family, and you're gonna be a registered offender for sure. Her family's gonna make sure of that. So yeah, James Edward Ford III, named after his dad and granddad, where they carry the name, buddy, and the way to scorch that name and embarrass that name that was handed down to you. I guess his son probably carries that name, and he might be feeling some way about it. So it's sad all the way around. Not for him, but for his son and his wife, who have to bear this burden that he's brought to their home. Nobody else. Not the teenager at school. Not anybody else he had an affair with. Just the devil that he allowed to enter him, and he allowed himself to perform these acts. It's all on, this is all him. This is the choice that he made. And he has to be accountable and face his consequences. And sometimes when you're not accountable, this is the type of exposure that you will get. So yeah, get him off my screen. Leave you with this. Be heavy on the self-love. Heavy on the self-love. It's an easy thing to say, but it's an easy thing to do too. Be consistent with yourself. That's the one thing that is that's important, and that you should strive to be, because when you love yourself, you're not going to let anybody else disrespect you, manipulate you, or control you. Now, we have people like the last guy that will do this, and I'm not going to blame you for when somebody enters your life with as a fake representative, because you have love for yourself. Sometimes people want to try to take you down and make you feel like you don't love yourself because you're with them. And let me tell you, it's not your fault that somebody like a coach at a high school took advantage of you and manipulated you into word games and mind games, knowing that full well he had bad designs and just a bad. He knew what he was going to do, basically. Can't think of the words right off my head, but words that I use all the time, not coming to me. And so, with that being said, stay heavy on the self love out there. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to like and subscribe. And thanks for your support, guys. I will check you later. Bye.